Almost took my hand off. Holy smokes. What's up, Coiled Crew? Excited for today's video. We're gonna be feeding all of our animals here at Coiled. I apologize, I'm a little bit under the weather. Got some Rona running through my veins. But at the end of the day, these animals need to get fed. So we're gonna go ahead and do some of that. I'm gonna show you my process into how I feed and some of those different things there. And before we hop into that, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment below, join the Coiled Crew. We're really excited for the growth of our channel and to continue to provide content for each and every one of you. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, we are in my storage room in my basement. This is our secret snake freezer because my wife doesn't want to keep rodents in our other freezer. I don't know why, anyway, we get our mice from Cold Blooded Cafe. We've got all kinds, jumbos, larges, mediums, smalls, just because we have a wide range of sizes in terms of how big our animals are and how old they are. But all these are from Cold Blooded Cafe. They just do a really great job in terms of packaging and just keeping the quality of their mice and feeder mice at an all-time high. They just do a really great job. Can't recommend them enough. So a lot of people will do like a wet thaw, so they'll just take the mice out, they'll put them in like a 5-gallon bucket of hot water, let them thaw out, and then they'll feed them to their snakes. Because all my snakes are on substrate, I don't want to take the chance of impaction, meaning substrate gets on the mouse, they digest it, and then it clogs up their intestines, and then it can lead to death that way. I just don't want to take that chance. Some people just do that. I don't want to do that. So what I do is I just stick them in a giant Ziploc bag, fill up a 5-gallon bucket of really hot water, and then just toss them in there. And it takes a little bit longer for them to thaw, but once again, I just like to be cautious. We've got some jumbos here, some jumbo rats. So I need 3 of these, one for my female Coyote, one for my male Coyote, and then one for my 2-year-old pure super dwarf female. So yeah, these guys get pretty big in terms of just these jumbo rats. I mean, check that out. It's a big jumbo rat. But I'm gonna have to move probably my female Coyote over to small pigs, as well as my pure super dwarf female as well soon, just so that they're getting enough nutrition so they can continue to grow and get ready to breed in hopefully, you know, a 1.5 years or 2, right? So just want to make sure that they're growing. I like to feed my older snakes, if they're 1.5 years, 2 years old, bigger meals less frequently. So I usually feed every 14 to 20 days, depending on the size of the meal and depending on their digestion as well. All right, now that we've got our rats and mice in Ziploc bags, let's go ahead, heat up some water, and start thawing these out. All right, so what I'll do now, once these are zipped up, sealed, I'm gonna put them in our hot water. Come down in here a little bit. And then I like to grab something to put on top just to keep some of that heat in. Just kind of push these down a little bit. And then from there, we're good to go. Just gotta wait a few hours and these will be thawed out. Alright guys, I just had another thought as we're waiting for those mice to thaw. Once again, one of my greatest fears is having one of my animals become impacted, meaning they swallow something, if it's a piece of substrate, coconut husk, whatever it is, gets stuck in their intestines, and then they can no longer digest properly. Unfortunately, when I was a teenager, I had some leopard geckos that got impacted, and it was just a slow and painful death, and it absolutely just really kind of messed me up because I was doing everything I could to try to keep them alive. I just don't want that to happen again. So shout out to Lucas Bagnera over at Lab Exotics. He actually told me about this little tip, especially with my small hatchling sized animals that are, you know, under 6-8 months old. They're really, really small. They're the most likely to become impacted just because they're small animals. So Lucas is the one that told me to use cardboard once they strike and once they get a hold of the mouse. Slide a piece of cardboard under them so that they don't get any substrate near their mouths. So that kind of takes the risk out of becoming impacted. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. I love my animals, and the last thing I'd want to see is for them to slowly pass away. Not only that, these animals weren't cheap either, so that's something that is always in the back of my mind as well. All right, we've got rat number 1. All right, here we go, Sarabi. Oh man, that never gets old. It never gets old. Crushed it. Crushed it. All right, Zara, come on. Come on. Whoa. All right, so this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. She's on substrate right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a piece of cardboard, okay, because I don't want her to digest any of the substrate. I'm gonna move this, I'm gonna move her a little bit over, and then I'm gonna put this piece of cardboard down temporarily, and then move her back on top of it so that she doesn't get any substrate. Once again, this is just a precautionary thing, but this is a good example of what I was talking about earlier. All right, rat number 2 for Titan. All right, Titan. Come on, buddy. Almost took my hand off. Holy smokes. And if you want an adrenaline rush, get reticulated pythons. That's all I gotta say. Because, man, they crush their food. Come on, Aurora. Come on, Stella. Okay, this is Karma. Good girl. Nice. Up next is Athena. She's still not a big fan of mine. Whoa! Slammed it. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. We really love and appreciate all the support that we've been getting here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Thanks so much for following us in our journey. We hope you have a great rest of your day.